Hey guys, we'll be reacting to the Don't Breathe 2016 kill count made by Dead Meat. So let's get into it.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Don't Breathe, released in 2016. Don't Breathe was made by the same team that gave us the Evil Dead remake from 2013. Director and co-writer Fede Alvarez, co-writer Rodo Sayagues, and co-producer Sam Raimi and Robert Tapert. Evil Dead was so successful that Uruguayan writer-director Alvarez was offered huge projects afterward, including a Marvel film. He turned them down to make a movie he'd have more control over, and decided to stay within the horror genre. If you'll recall, however, the Evil Dead remake was one of the bloodiest movies I've ever had on the Kill Count. Don't Breathe intentionally takes a different approach to horror, swapping out the graphic gore and supernatural evil in favor of small-scale suspense and a very human antagonist. Don't Breathe follows three young criminals who break into the house of a blind war veteran. It's supposed to be an easy job with a high payoff, but they quickly find they're outmatched by the guy, who's got more to him than meets the eyes. I know this film has its detractors and some controversial content, but I absolutely love it for a multitude of reasons. Part of it is lead actor Jane Levy, who also starred in Evil Dead. I've been a big fan of hers since Suburgatory. Another part of it is its setting of Detroit, since I grew up down the street in Lincoln Park. Though I didn't frequent the city too often as a kid, I still have a lot of love and pride for it. It's great to see it in film, even if it plays a derelict place the characters are eager to leave. Mostly though, I think Don't Breathe is a damn good horror movie. Its script has no frills. It's tight, efficient storytelling. True to its title, there are many scenes that left me actually holding my breath. Alvarez takes the singular setting and in it constructs a variety of suspenseful sequences. Not only are they anxiety-inducing, they're great to look at too, thanks to the beautiful lighting and very smooth camera work. You'd be hard-pressed to find a reverse home invasion film that's better made. Sure, the acting is sometimes questionable, with bits of dialogue that feel on the nose, and there are some logic gaps that fall apart if you think about them too long after the fact. But this movie is meant to be enjoyed in the moment, so I'll excuse all of that for the extended cat and mouse stuff. Frankly, I think this movie kicks ass. You know what else kicks ass? Raycon earbuds! Both because they sponsor so many kill counts and because their high quality earbuds offer premium sound with a comfortable fit. They fit snug inside your ear holes too, so I don't have to worry about them falling out as I wear them while washing our car. Talk about fun in the sun. Oh, and check it! My Raycons even match our red car, since their earbuds come in a variety of colors and patterns. They're not only stylish, but also practical, since they give you 6 hours of playtime and their Bluetooth pairing is seamless. Raycon has a 45-day free return policy, so you can try them right now without any risk. Just go to buyraycon.com/deadmeat, which will also get you 15% off your order. That's buyraycon.com/deadmeat for 15% off your order today. If you don't breathe, you die. That's a scientific fact. Let's see how many people took this title too literally and get to the kills. The movie begins with an overhead shot that gets needlessly spoily by time it zooms in, so let's skip it. Love seeing those Detroit houses though. Not everyone enjoys calling D-Town home, which is why this trio of youths are robbing houses and selling what they steal, so they can save up enough money to move away.
Bye-bye, Detroit.
And Ola, California.
Rocky, played by Jane Levy, is eager to leave. She wants to take her little sister and get out of their broken home where their emotionally abusive mom accuses her of being a sex worker. Rocky's obnoxious boyfriend is named Money, and he's played by Daniel Zavato, last seen on the Kill Count in another kick-ass Detroit-based movie, It Follows. There's a deleted scene that shows Money kissing Rocky, but without it, their relationship seems to be lacking any intimacy. For real, I think this is the only line indicating they're together.
That's my bitch in there. Of course I give a fuck.
Maybe that's just the most romantic Money can be. Dude's an idiot who doesn't bother being careful during their crimes. He's the polar opposite of Alex, who happens to be crushing hard on Rocky, and who's the gang's back door into the houses they hit. Alex's dad works at a security company, so he's able to steal backup keys to people's homes, gain entry, and turn off their alarms. Then, after taking their haul, the burglars break a window and set off the alarm to cover up that it was an inside job. Alex is played by Dylan Minnette, who was in Goosebumps and Lost as Jack Shepard's son. Looks like he'll also be in the upcoming Scream by radio silence. Lucky him. Money gets a tip from Raul, the guy they sell their stolen goods to, about a house they can hit that has a shit ton of cash. An old Gulf War vet lives there by himself after a rich young woman killed his daughter in a car accident. The settlement he received was $300,000, but regardless of the amount, stealing it goes against Alex's rules.
We don't do cash. Above 10K, it's major larceny. That means 10 years if we get caught.
Rocky, who needs to get away from that mom of hers, is willing to risk it.
If we do this right, we never have to do it again.
Alex eventually relents, so they do some recon to see what the area's like. Alright, pretty jump scary. Their target house in this west side neighborhood is the last remaining occupied dwelling around. All the other houses within 4 blocks are abandoned. It's just the old war vet and his scary dog now. Oh, also, he is blind.
That's kind of fucked up to rob a blind guy, isn't it?
Just because he's blind don't mean he's a fucking saint, bro.
Dog, you have no idea. Night comes and the trio moves in for their big hit. 15 minutes in, and we're already at this point in the story. I love it. They use drugged up doggy treats to take care of Chekhov's hound, but learn that Alex's dad's keys don't work. The old man has extra locks that he didn't provide backup keys for. Since the other ways in are also extra locked, Rocky resolves to climb in through a window.
No, we're not sending her there alone.
Nobody's sending me anywhere. I'm going myself.
She breaks the window to get inside, meaning it surely couldn't have come from wall side, and disarms the security system with an electronic doodad. She lets the boys in so they can look for the money in an awesome one take that goes on for nearly 2 minutes. During it, the camera searches alongside them, but with its omniscience gives us clues as to what will be important later on. It's a great way to direct the viewer's attention while also establishing the physical layout of the house. Since the rest of the movie is confined here, it makes the experience more engaging if we know where everything is. Seriously, I know fluid one takes aren't all that uncommon anymore, but I can't praise this one enough. About the only complaint I have about the old man's house as a setting is that it wasn't actually shot in Detroit. While the exterior shots were obviously filmed in D-Town, the rest of the film was shot in Hungary, where production was much cheaper. Thanks again to Rick Snyder for cutting the Michigan film incentives in 2011. Production designer Naaman Marshall headed the construction of the interior house set, which was a replica of an actual house in Detroit. As always, a set meant having more control, and Alvarez took advantage of the conditions with lots of cranes and dolly tracks that kept the camera in constant motion. They shot everything in Hungary first, all the house interiors, as well as the side yard, which was also on a set, and then finished up production with a week of shooting in Detroit. The long fluid shot ends in the old man's bedroom, where he's sleeping as sound as a juggalo after a particularly rowdy ICP show. To make sure he stays asleep, well, here comes the money! Money, 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 money! Ah shit, the old man's awake! Oh, whew, he's just turning off the home video of his dead daughter. I figured he'd be getting up to pee. Okay, proceed as planned, Money. With the old man gassed, they go looking for the cash. Is it behind locked door number 1? Money says it's gots to be. And when his crowbar doesn't do the trick, he resorts to more power. This displeases Alex Borland.
You just gave this guy the legal right to shoot us.
Yeah, whatever, bro. Time to blow this pop bottle. Things are too risky for Alex now, so he goes to leave as Money opens the basement door.
Who's there?
Oh, fuck. The old man steps on the blown off lock and realizes what it is. He begins to visibly panic, so Money tries telling him to cool his Jets pizza.
Yeah, that's right. I know what's in there, and I ain't leaving without it. You got me?
Yeah, he's got you, Money. By the fucking neck, brah. Oh man, they messed with the wrong old lonely Detroiter. He gets Money begging for his life in no time. The old man asks Money how many other people are there, and Money covers for the nearby Rocky and says he's by himself. Just calm down, old man. There's nobody else here, okay?
Okay, I swear to God.
Whew, there goes the money. Talk about a crashing currency. God damn, what an impactful first kill. Rocky silences herself and sneaks into a closet as the old man bangs against the wall and shows off his old man muscles. Alex, who heard the gunshot, comes back inside and just barely avoids the old man as he walks around trying to figure out what to do. Again, fun fluid shots that show Alex having to hide as the old man relocks his doors and boards up the window Rocky broke to get in. From her closet hiding spot, Rocky accidentally learns some valuable info. The key code to a safe the old man keeps behind a fake wall, inside of which is a whole lot of money. Not this money though, he did. Alex finds his way to Rocky, who cracks open the safe to find even more cash than they expected.
There's a lot more than 300 grand in there. There's gotta be about $1 million.
Wow, they actually got the money. Too bad they're locked inside the house. They'll have to get out through the storm cellar door, which means they'll need to go through the basement. Let's go! Don't Breathe's jump scares are so damn good, they don't even need music stings to make them pop. This movie stresses me out in the best of ways. There's a taunt game of duck duck shoot that ends when a cell phone goes off and gets shot. Rocky and Alex head through the basement door as the old man disposes of Money's body. While cleaning up the mess though, he learns something interesting. There are 3 pairs of shoes here, and Money didn't feel like he had 6 feet. Now knowing there were other burglars, the old man checks his safe and finds it empty. Time for another round of wall punching. The old man's basement is a confusing maze that leads into a back room. Not much here besides plants, a chair, and a screaming girl tied up to a bell that lets the old man know there are people in his basement. This is the midway twist of the movie where the old man ceases to be a victim. He's not just a scary motherfucker who can fight, he's also keeping a kidnapped woman tied up in his home. Her name is Cindy Roberts, and she's the one who woman slaughtered the old man's teenage daughter. After a jury acquitted her, he took things into his own hands. So his situation is a little like slow-ass motherfucking Jeff's. Except this motherfucker ain't that slow, and he's now heading downstairs with a gun. Using the same code as the money safe, which is also Director Alvarez's birthday, Alex finds a ring of keys. They unlock the woman and help her stand as they head towards the storm cellar door, the safe way out of this place. Come on. Just kidding. There is no safe way out. Alex only gets shot in the ear tip, but poor Cindy is shot in the face and killed. I hate that this character was bound, gagged, and killed less than 5 minutes after meeting her. Makes her feel like a prop. The old man shoots away Alex and Rocky, then stumbles upon the victim of his bullets. When he realizes who it is, he begins moaning and crying something awful. No! No what? You did this, man! You sick old motherfucker. The old man is played by Stephen Lang, who also goes by Slang. Lang was perfect for this intimidating role thanks to all the training he's had playing other military characters, most notably Colonel Miles Quaritch in the Avatar series. He was also the original Freddie Lounds in Manhunter, which I'll get to next year. Sorry for the Hannibal delay. Slang, who wore contact lenses to imitate blindness, brought a lot of intensity to his role that director Alvarez encouraged.
There wasn't a moment where he was going soft on them. If he asked me, I was like, don't go soft on them. Go as hard as you can. And we'll ask them, and most actors will go like, yeah, bring it. And then they will find out what that meant in the middle of the scene.
Alright, this video isn't getting any bad. This is just getting better.
That's all fine and good, but sadly, there might be some bad blood between Alvarez and Jane Levy due to conditions on Don't Breathe set. I don't know any details, but things recently got awkward when Alvarez and Rodo Sayagues were doing press tours for Don't Breathe 2. Alvarez said something about his movies being too intense for Levy because she gets so into her roles, and she shot back on Twitter implying discontent with his directing style. I did read that he would sometimes trick his actors to get unexpected reactions out of them, and he even used the phrase psychological torment to describe what he did, but I can't find anything more detailed than that, so not really sure what happened there. The old man jams up the lock to the cellar door, then evens the sensory playing field by turning off the lights. This is another interesting scene that keeps the movie fresh as it moves into its second half. The old man has home field advantage over the burglars, using physical cues to navigate around familiar spaces. I love Alvarez's decision to give this pitch black scene a grayscale look instead of going with the usual night vision green. He shot the scene fully lit and made it monochromatic in post, save for the flashes of light when a gun is fired, during which color is briefly restored. So good. Since the scenes were well lit on set, but Alvarez wanted the actors unable to see, they wore contact lenses that blinded them while simulating dilated pupils. The old man catches up with Alex and nearly chokes him to death before the burglar escapes with the help of a big rack. Alex reunites with Rocky and they're able to get upstairs, putting the danger of the old man behind them. But there's another danger just down the hall. The scary good boy chases after them like this were people under the stairs and corners them in an upstairs bedroom where the windows are all barred. The old man starts to shoot and shoulder his way inside, so Rocky resorts to the air duct. Before Alex can follow her, the old man gets the door cracked open and his dog runs inside to tackle Alex out the frickin' window. Wait, didn't those windows have bars on them a minute ago? You know what? Whatever. Alex lands on the glass sunroof of the old man's kitchen, which begins to shatter beneath him like he were in a dino research trailer hanging off the edge of of a cliff. As the old man tries to figure out what happened to his prey, the movie goes full people under the stairs when the dog climbs into the air duct to chase after Rocky. Oh, good boy coming for that ass. Ah, mister, maybe next time, little doggy. The old man figures things out and fires his gun towards Alex. It misses, but the shot still gives him quite the shardy fall. The old man pursues with more gunshots, forcing Alex into the laundry room where Money's body is. I guess the old man's trying to launder that money. Alex eyes a blacksmith hammer that was earlier highlighted during that exploratory one-shot, and he uses it to attack the old man when he moves in for the kill. I'd call this a fight scene, but it's a bit too one-sided for that. The old man fucking ragdolls Alex around and beats the shit out of him in a variety of ways. God damn, this is like Lashley versus Kofi all over again. After getting Alex to the ground, the old man finds a pair of garden shears. He ends the fight by bringing them down deep into flesh. Rocky comes to in the air duct and realizes that she's finally on the verge of freedom. All she has to do is kick her way out of this vent to the outside world and avoid the old man grabbing her, which unfortunately she does not. He extends no mercy as he beats her in his living room in an uncomfortably violent scene. It ends when he chokes her unconscious, transitioning us into the final act. Some hours pass and Rocky wakes up badly bruised and bound. She's now in the bed and restraints of the old man's previously captured victim, whose body he later disposes of by burying beneath his basement floor. Rocky begs for her freedom, but the old man shuts her down and launches into the first extended dialogue he's had all film. He tells Rocky that she couldn't understand the love he had for his daughter, and that he was holding Cindy captive for more than just revenge. He reasons that because Cindy killed his daughter,
It's only fair that she give me a new one. She was pregnant with my baby. You killed them both.
now this dude wants to hold Rocky accountable, and we already know how fucked up his sense of justice is. Worst of all, he's one of those holier-than-thou jigsaw types.
Not a rapist. I never forced myself on her.
Heads up for disturbing sexual assault and, jizz, cause this rapist used a turkey baster of his semen to impregnate Cindy.
Not a rapist.
Yeah, you are, brah. Now he's ready to rape Rocky with his bastard baster too, to get himself another replacement daughter. Upstairs, we learn that Alex avoided death by sheer luck, literally, since those shears went into Money's body instead of his. He locks the dog behind a door and makes his way downstairs, just in time, thankfully, to stop the old man from doing his thing. Alex beats him down with a hammer and frees Rocky from her restraints, then handcuffs the old man to the wall so they can get away. Rocky doesn't want to get away though. She wants to beat the shit out of her would-be rapist. Maybe give him a little taste of his own medicine. Oh god, I'm gonna hurl. Rocky and Alex realize that they have to make a choice. Call the cops and get this guy arrested, or take the money and keep their mouths shut. They decide to take the money because after a night like this, better to escape alive and rich. Fortunately for Alex, he's given option number 3, killed by the old man, who's now standing there looking like he's in the Black Star music video. Rocky opens the door and hauls ass down this empty street in the light of a brand new day. The old man sicks his dog on her, giving us a solid late game chase sequence of the dog trapping Rocky in her car. The scene was a last-minute rewrite during production, and Alvarez later said it was probably subconsciously influenced by Cujo. Lots of good little beats to it, like when Rocky tries to trap the dog in the trunk, and she's ultimately able to chain it up just outside of biting range. But the barking leads the old man to Rocky, and he once again gains the upper hand. He drags her down the street in the drone shot that began this movie, which I guess was just used to have a punchy opening shot. He gets her back inside his house, but only for a minute, since the symbolic ladybug leads Rocky's eyeline to their alarm doodad. She sets off the security system, which deafens the man with its siren, and allows her to beat him with a crowbar through the basement door. He has a nasty landing on the cement floor that discharges his gun and puts a bullet in his side. Rocky's finally able to leave this house for good, and escapes frame right as the police show up in response to the security system. Hours later, Rocky takes the money and her sister to the train station. But maybe take a look at the news before you get out of here, Rocky, and not because Mort Krim is doing chump of the week. No, a report shows that the old man survived the armed robbery, but he told the police his only attackers were the 2 men found dead inside, and he didn't report any stolen money, meaning Rocky is free to go. The movie ends with her punching that ticket to freedom and leaving to board a train with her sister to California. How many people die when things don't go according to anyone's plans? Let's find out and get to the numbers.
Warning, warning,
Oh, shit.
warning, warning.
That could have been bad. Only 3 people died in Don't Breathe, since it was more about suspense than kills. The victims were 2 men and 1 kidnapped woman, giving us a 2-to-1 ratio of dudes, and with a runtime of 88 minutes, that left us with a kill on average about every half hour. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Money. All 3 kills were basically the same thing, but his was so sudden and had the most style to it. Dog machete for lamest kill will go to Alex, since it felt the most obvious. And also, since Cindy's death had that horrific visual of blood slowly blossoming from her cheek. And that's it. Don't Breathe came out in 2016 and has a sequel coming out next week on August 13th. The trailer for it makes it seem action-y and positions the old man as the main character, but I'm expecting it to be a twisted situation and not one where they actually expect us to root for the guy.
As a director, I wouldn't like to spoon feed the audience about who they should like and who they shouldn't like.
That I can deal with, but I won't like it if they make the old man a hero. Because, you know, that'd be fucked up, all things considered. Next week begins the long prophesized Friday the 13th recount. But until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been The Kill Count.
Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe, turn on the bell. Goodbye.